Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Simon, and today, well, we are back here. Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Simon. We're back here, and today, yeah, we are we're going to talk about the NBA, the NBA playoffs, and the entire season. So, let's talk about the season first. Season was interesting. It had some interesting moments. Many high scoring games. Had two 70-point games and one 60.20. I think it was like 2020 game, right? 60-20-20 game by Luca. Like Donovan Mitchell had like a 70-point double double. Damian Lillard has 71 with has 70 with 13 threes. Like crazy, man, crazy. And it's all in one season. And And it's crazy, man. And the All Star game was kind of whack. Like we did miss some stars like Steph, Katie for like the 15th straight year. He hasn't played in an All Star game. I was just capping, but like he hasn't played in the All Star game in like since like 2019, bro. He hasn't played in the All Star game even since he was on the Warriors, I think, which is crazy. That's crazy because we haven't seen LeBron KD matchup in so long, bro. I'm so serious. And the Lakers went from the worst team in the league to a playoff team going to the conference finals in like a few months due to the trade deadline, literally saving their season and potentially the next couple seasons. Because if they ended up like having like one of the worst records in the league, LeBron would have been gone. LeBron would have been in trade rumors. Like the whole team would have to blow up. Like they probably would have blew it up at the trade deadline, but like, they were doing it. And they made the playoffs. Happy, surprisingly. Golden State had a down year. Like they dropped from what was it, third seed to like the sixth seed, and they were literally fighting their way to not get in the play-in, which would have been horrible if we got in the play-in. Like I wouldn't be scared, but we were doing good. Like we were doing alright. Good thing we didn't have to face the Suns in the first round too. Like I was happy that we didn't have to face the Suns in the first round. I was like, please, let's stay at the sixth spot so we don't have to face the Suns. Like I do not want to face the Suns in the first round, especially how they were looking. Like going into the playoffs, they were looking like deadly. Like they were looking deadly, even though Katie just came off the injury. But like they were looking deadly. So as a Warriors fan, I'm like, oh God, I do not want to face this team. I only got like an hour how to talk. Look, so I'm gonna kind of keep it like a buck with you. Like I didn't really watch that many games outside Warriors games this year. Like last year, I think last couple of years when the Warriors did not win the championship, I watched like a few games. Like I watched the finals 2020 and I think 2021 as well. But I didn't do it this year, kind of because I kind of was salty that we lost in the second round to the Lakers. But I was like, yeah, we probably. But I was kind of salty, and also I didn't have time, and I kind of just didn't really care. Jokic is different. Like Jokic is different. Like I know the stats will tell you, but like I could tell you at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the year when Golden State played for like the first time, I think it was like the second game. Like the Nuggets were playing like good. I'm like, damn, the Nuggets are good. I'm telling you, like the Nuggets were the team that I'm like, damn, they good. Like like I did doubt them against the Suns. I was like, maybe like Suns and six. Because I was thinking like, okay, Katie, Booker, how they gonna guard that? But they locked them up as like how they gonna guard the Nuggets. Like I did underdog them in every series except for the conference finals and Okay, I didn't under like every series except for the Suns. I was like, okay, they probably gonna win this one. Like T Wolves, I knew they were gonna lose. Like I was expecting them to get swept. The Suns, I was like, okay, they most likely will lose this one. The Lakers, I was like, the Lakers are probably a good team, but I was like, yeah, Nuggets will probably win like six hits, and then I didn't expect them to sweep the Lakers. Like I thought the Lakers would at least get the final two games. I thought the Lakers were going to get like the home games. I thought they were going to get, but it surprisingly didn't, which is kind of crazy. And they were just playing like good against Golden State. Like they were playing really good. And Golden State's not a bad team. Like Golden State was not a bad team. It's just we couldn't find like the shots couldn't go in. Like our our shots could not go in when we need them the most, and just overall getting Steph some help. Like yeah, but overall the playoffs. I haven't even talked about the Eastern Conference. The Bucks lose in the first round. Like when I saw that Milwaukee was down 2-1, I was like, oh god, they probably like I was like, oh my goodness, they going to probably like if Giannis does not come back, they losing this series. Like I think the change like if they put a fully healthy, it would have been harder. A fully healthy like Bucks team, like it would have been hard. Like just Giannis playing healthy, but like oh my goodness, like I it's one of the craziest things to see the number one seed, the team that almost won 60 games, get bounced down the first round by the eighth seed, who should have technically been the seventh seed, but lost the first playing game and almost lost to the Bulls in the second playing game to get bounced out in the first round in 5 games. Like it's not like they won in seven or it was like a tight series. Like it was tight, but it was like 5 games is crazy. And then they beating who they beat the Knicks Miami beat the Knicks. Everybody was thinking, yeah, they probably gonna win. Like no one was thinking that outside Knicks fans, no one was thinking they were being like after game one when after game two I was like Jimmy needs to come back for him to win the series. And he did and they won the series. The Boston series, though. That Boston series was crazy. They went up 2-0. I think it was like 2-0, 3-0 on them. And they almost came back. Like, if they didn't play so bad in game seven, like they played so good in games 3 through 6. Like, everybody was like, oh my God, they about to blow a 3-0 lead to the Celtics. I'm like, oh my goodness. After the Derek one, he took I'm like, oh my goodness. They might actually have a chance. And then they just completely fumbled the bag in game seven. No one wanted to show up outside of Derek White. Jason Tatum got injured early. Jalen Brown forgot how to handle the basketball. Jason Tatum got injured, so he wasn't 100%, and then just the role player stepped up for Miami. Caleb Moore was hooping though. Caleb Moore was hooping in that series. Like like the role players, Gabe Vincent, Max Struz, even Duncan Robinson was hooping a little bit. Kevin Love was throwing dimes. Caleb Martin, Max Struz, Gabe Vincent, all those guys were hooping. Like they were like the next contracts are gonna be except for Duncan Robinson because to be honest, he did kick overpaid a little bit, but like it doesn't really matter. He was hoping. Even Kyle Lowry was doing pretty good too. The one thing that did hurt Miami was they didn't have a closer outside Jimmy. Like I think Jimmy's a great number two option because the only reason why he's not a number one option on the championship contender, or at least the number one like number one, like strictly number one. Like he could be a 1A or 1B. Is he's not a great 3-point shooter and he doesn't shoot that many threes. He shoots a lot of mid ranges, like a lot of twos, like a lot of middies. Like his closing style is a lot of middies. So not having him as a reliable 3-point shooter does hurt him as a closer, even though he's one of the best closers in the league, especially in the playoffs. But like that final possession, they needed a three. If they had someone like Dame, they could just pull him on the ball. They can literally just get him on like an off ball screen, catch it. He all they have to worry about is him getting double teamed. And if he catches it and automatically goes, who's create something, create a wide open three for a teammate, then like good. But Jimmy's not the threat, so they're not going like they're going to pressure him, especially when they're down three in a situation and they need a three. But it's going to be a lot harder, and you're not going like you're going to want him to make that shot, but you're not going to be like, oh, he's going to make that shot. Like you're going to be like, oh my goodness, he hit it. Yeah, but it's like you're gonna be like, percentage wise, he's probably not gonna hit as much as like someone like a Dame or Bradley Beal or Zach Levine, like just someone who's like a great 3-point shooter. And then Dame is a closer too. Like if they get Dame in the offseason, they're gonna be deadly. Like I'm gonna be looking at them as a championship contender. Like I wanna probably see him as like the 6th seed, but they're gonna be the 60 in the finals. I don't think they're gonna be an AC again. I don't think they're gonna be an AC if they get Dame. But if they get Dame, I'm expecting them to be a lower seed, but one of the best threats in the league. Like they're gonna be a championship contender as the 5th seed because Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, Cleveland, and bro, I'm blanking. Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, who's there? Like that's literally it. Oh, and then Miami. Miami, if they get Dame. Like if they don't get Dame and stick with the core, then I'm gonna be like, I I hope that they keep both I think it was Max Struess and Gabe Vincent that are both free agents. Like I wish that they could keep them both on like good contracts and stuff. Most likely. So I think they probably would stay because like especially I think they would stay because a lot of the teams that are contending are like their cap space is like horrible. Like they don't have a lot of cap space to sign big role players. Like they have to hope that they can get them on like the cheap, on the low minimum. Like for example, with the Warriors, we got a lot of role players that were like their values were low. Like Bielisa's value was probably not that high. OPJ was not that high. Juan Scott Anderson, Damian Lee were homegrown, and we kept them in. Who else was it? I think that's main. That's the main ones. But when it came time for to resign him, it was hard, and we did lose them all, which was kind of crazy. But we did replace him with Dante DiVincenzo, which. Speaking of Dante, I think what was it? Dante's on a player option, right? Like I be hearing like, oh, Dante's gonna leave, but I like, let me see, cause I think he's on the player option, right? He's most likely on the player option, right? He's either on a player option, like he's on some sort of option. So like if they can get that option, like if it's a team option, they automatically like they make it sure he's staying. Gordon Hayward's on the trade block is crazy. I was really, huh? Dante is he's on the player option, so Yeah, he's on a player option. So we probably alright. Hey, keeping him. Like if he just signs a player option, we alright. Like we'll have to worry about it until next year. But yeah, the draft lottery was crazy too. Like I want women to go to Spurs. Like the Spurs, if you get a number one pick and it's a center, they already worked two times. Why can't it work a third time? Plus, Popovich is gonna make Wemby a great player. Like I know if Popovich is coaching that team, he is going to make Wemby a great player. Like the Spurs are a perfect team for Wembanyama. Now with the I think it's the Hornets got the second pick. They probably going to take Scoot most likely for talent. Put Lamelo at the two guard, or to have him kind of like have it like kind of like how Kyrie not kind of, but like in a different way. Like how Lamelo is the playmaker, but he's a shooting guard, and Scoot is like the more scorer, but it's the point. Like kind of like how Kyrie and Harden was, but the size difference is obviously different. Like Lamelo's 6'7", I think, 6'6", 6'7", and Scoot Henderson is like six 6'2" or something like that. How tall is this man? Like 6'2". I think I might be over. I think I might be adding inches when I don't. Scoot Henderson. Yeah, he is 6'2". Yeah, I know. I know my height. I know how. Like I thought for a second they were saying 6 foot, but no, it's not that small. Well, I'll be kind of worried about the defense in that back row. Even though Lamel's could potentially be a good defender, and then having a scorer alongside him will actually could help him defensive, like not worry about other stuff outside of like scoring. So he could become a better defensive player. And Scoot Harrison is built like a linebacker, so I'm expecting him to at least develop into a decent defender. Yeah, and then I think Portland's going to keep the pick and trade Dame. I I think they are because like who you going to get for Dame? Who you going to get to pair up with Dame? That's going to make you a championship contender. Like really, who you going to get? Because realistically, you got first resign Jeremy Grant, and you got to trade the pick. You gotta find enough value in that pick for you gotta find a trade suitor. Like not the best you're probably gonna get is Pascal Siakam or OG Anunoby because you're going to need defense. So you're not gonna go for a score like Dan. You're not gonna go for a score like Bradley Beal or Zach LaVine. You can't. You probably ain't gonna get Jalen Brown. Most likely not. And you think if does can become open in the market, it's gonna be 2 days in the off season because it's probably gonna make the decision later into the off season if he's gonna want to stay or not. Then you have to offer everything, and then you're gonna have to pick and then. So I would recommend keeping the pick, trading Dame, trading Dame. I would prefer either Miami or the Nets or Brooklyn or Miami, because that's probably the best fit for Dame. I wish it was on a no trade clause so he could choose what teams he want to go to. Like how Bradley Beal was on no trade clause. I wish Dame was on that so he can choose where he can go and they don't have to do it. I'm surprised he's not on a no trade clause because if he was not on a no trade clause, because that would make him seem loyal. Because like if he does want to leave, he makes the decision where he gotta go. Like I wish he was on no trade clause, kind of to make the option even more simplified, and he's not just getting traded to a team that ain't gonna be the best fit. Cause I think Philly, unless they lose James Harden, is not gonna go for them. Because what would be the point of having two old stars who are probably closer to out of their prime than in their prime? That their best seasons are probably behind them, and they're not great defenders. Like unless they lose James Harden, because I don't think James Harden's gonna leave. I don't think James Harden's gonna leave the Sixers. Like, what would be the point of leaving? Like the Rockets, unless they get like a lot, like they make trades and they go on do trades and they make trades. They're not getting Harden. They're not getting Jalen Brown. They're not getting Bradley Beal. They're not doing all that stuff. They're not going to do that stuff. Like, and they had to make the trades first. They probably have to make like agree upon the trades, make the trades happen. Then Harden's going to sign. But Harden's not going to go there and then he make the trades. Like he's probably going to be like, I want the trades to be done or at least be on the table and be agreed upon for both teams for me to come over here and sign. Plus, is Mike D'Antoni still in the coaching staff for Philly or was it the Nets? I don't know which team it was. Plus, I thought he was boys with Daryl Morey. I thought his boys were there more. So I don't know. So here's my kind of bold predictions. I think, and I'm gonna start off with the one I just say. I'm gonna say Damian Lillard gets traded to the Nets. I think Dame gets traded to the Nets. Next, I think, and the reason why he gets traded to the Nets and not Miami, because 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 the Nets are gonna have better trap picks and better overall assets in the trade than Miami. But Miami ain't out of it yet. They trade for Bradley Beal. Okay, actually no. They get Zach Levine. Miami gets Zach Levine. The Bulls blow it up. They get Zach Levine, who was a part of the Jimmy Butler to the Wolves trade. Now it's full circle. Another pro bold prediction. The Lakers make moves to put LeBron at point guard again. Yes, LeBron will be moved to point guard because that worked in 2020, and I don't know why they tried to move on from it. LeBron at point guard at 20 in 2020 with good shooters now, and AD at the center position. That would be deadly. That pick and roll would be deadly. They don't need no other point guard. LeBron's a good enough point guard already. He's a 6'9" point guard basically. You don't need him dropping 30 a game, so probably don't need him dropping 30 a game. Hopefully not. AD, can you please show up for more than half a series? Like show up like each and every game you can. LeBron gets moved to point guard. Or and they go and get some wings, and they do get a backup point guard just in case, for some lineups, like how they did with Rondo. They need maybe CP3 comes over there. I don't think so. I I don't think CP3 has been waived. No, I don't think he hasn't been waived. But if he does get waived, he's probably getting re-signed for a small contract, like a 4 year, $50 million contract, like something like that. But that might be tampering. I don't know. That would be kind of funny if Chris Paul gets waived, then re-signed, hmm, just just to get a smaller contract. That would actually be a smart idea and concept. Like getting Chris Paul on like a 4 year contract that's like $10 to $15 million per year, which might be his worth now. On a reasonably good sized contract, then you're looking at potential cap space again. Had some depth, and maybe in the DeAndre Ayton trade, now his contract is a little bigger, so his value so you might bring in a little bit more assets. You might get something in return. Maybe you get Miles Turner back if he goes to the Pacers. Hmm. But yeah, that was my I guess fourth one. Now this is my fifth one. Golden State trades Jordan Poole and their pick for Kristaps Porzingis. Obviously, there's gonna be a couple little extra like role players, like potentially Jonathan Kaminga. Like they just trade the entire young core for Kristaps Porzingis, or at least Jordan Poole. Now, I don't think I would not want Gary Payton in a trade. His perimeter defense is just too much to lose. Like we saw at the beginning of the season, the perimeter defense was horrible. Without him, pretty decent with him. And my final prediction: we will have Nuggets and Bucks in the next year's finals, and Nuggets will probably go back to back. See, that's bro. That's my bold predictions. Um, yeah. So I don't really have that much to say. I'm tired. I've been working on this video for all day, getting the thumbnail, getting all the stuff done. You see, peek the new channel icon banner, all that stuff for both channels. No take away from my business logo for Samuel's Place. Little inspiration from that. I kind of want to make that, and now I can. Also, I got OC. I'm working on it. Progress is going to be probably slow because time. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Actually, let me explain my OC real quick since I mentioned it. It's going to be based off a New York Central Niagara. Basically, it's going to be an oil burner because why not? It's basically a Niagara, but painted blue with the number 31-130, which will represent my high school basketball numbers. 31 being my freshman year, 1 being my sophomore year, and then 30 being my varsity number, which will be my varsity number in this coming up season. So, yeah. Yeah. Hope you guys like yeah, I hope you guys like the stream. Check out the social medias. I know I had some bold takes. So comment down below what your bold takes is for the off season. And as always, social media links are down in the description. I'll see you guys in the next podcast episode. Peace out. Bye. I'm out. Peace.